Hello everybody, and welcome to the Daily Splat for the 4th of February 2018. And on this lovely Sunday day here in Perth, I have decided to do another late review. Last month there was, I suppose, like a late review of Fallout 4, because it took me a couple of years to actually get around to playing that. Right now I am going through a couple of other video games that I've meaning to catch up on, and they'll almost certainly be the subject of a late review as we progress through the year, as and when I finish them. Doing a PhD somewhat prevents video game playing time by a bit, but it's okay, I'll get there. But I thought I'd do a late review of a book this time, a book which I've read recently. I actually finished it a couple of weeks ago and just realised today I'd never actually spoken about it on here. So my late review is Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol. Now, some of you might be going, that's a book from the Victorian era in England. That's a very late review, Stephen. Well, yes, it is. But I realised that I'd never actually read the book before. I have watched countless iterations of films, obviously Muppets Christmas Carol being the first and foremost best adaptation in my humble opinion, but there's lots of other adaptations, films like Scrooged with Bill Murray, or the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol from a few years ago, and there's also all these wonderful ways in which A Christmas Carol is adapted into other stories. One of the Doctor Who Christmas specials used the themes and motifs from A Christmas Carol very well within the episode. It's a great book. It's not very big. It's only 100 or so pages, 120 odd, and it's nice and tightly packed, and it's a wonderful read. Dickens has got a really Dickens has got a very much a verbosity to him. It's partly because he was getting paid by the word, so it makes sense that he would just spend 2 pages explaining every small detail of the Christmas market that Scrooge is passing through. But those details, though potentially motivated by the fact that at this time in the life when he was writing this, he was close to being destitute and badly needed the money, so stretched out this story for everything he could because he was getting paid by the word. It also means that you get a real exact, precise sense of what picture he was trying to paint for you. And the conversations, the way Dickens writes conversations between his characters are generally pretty fantastic, but it's almost as though every central thought, particularly by Scrooge, but from other characters as well, are explained and mapped out in detail. But the thing I think is pretty impressive is that it doesn't ever feel like he's repeating himself in many of these parts. He's repeating themes, he's repeating beliefs, but it doesn't feel as though you're reading the same sentence again and again and again. It's very well written. The character of Scrooge is certainly a fun one to read and to see the change from the bar humbug to the Merry Christmas everyone, and it's a good read. I would say go and read it. And you know what? I know Christmas is a long time away. It's it's the start of February, so obviously it's about 11 months away. But give it a read. Christmas Carol, I would say, works pretty much any time of the year. If you insist on reading it at Christmas, then go get it now and hold on to it until late November, early December, and then give it a read. But honestly, you could knock it out in a day very easily. I spent a couple of days just thumbing through it, half an hour each time, and I really enjoyed it. So, A Christmas Carol, worth a read. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.